Hi, I'm Tim Minton, Director of Government Affairs for the North Carolina Home Builders Association, and this is our first What's Happening at the Legislature. House Bill 252, Building Code Regulatory Reform. It's passed the North Carolina House. The vote was 115-3. This bill was introduced by Representative Mark Brody of Union County. Another important piece of legislation is House Bill 457, Performance Guarantees Subdivision Streets. This bill also passed the House. The vote was 112-0. This bill was introduced by Representative John Torbert of Gaston County. Another important piece of legislation is House Bill 507, Land Use Regulatory Changes. This bill currently sits in the Regulatory Reform Committee of the North Carolina House. We hope that it will be heard soon. This bill was introduced by Representative Jonathan Jordan. An important piece of legislation that we heard this past week was House Bill 406, Repeal Orange County Impact Fees. This would take away the authority that Orange County has to charge impact fees for schools. This bill passed the State and Local Government 1 Committee and has been referred to the House Finance Committee. Another piece of legislation that was heard in that same committee was House Bill 436, Local Government Regulatory Fees. This legislation would repeal all impact fees across the state of North Carolina. It also received a favorable report, and it was also sent to the House Finance Committee. Now, each week we want to thank one of our legislators for the outstanding job they do, and especially those that support the housing industry. And it's my pleasure to be the first legislator that we thank. It's going to be Representative John Torbert of Gaston County. Representative Torbert is also the chairman of the House Transportation Committee. Representative Torbert, thank you for everything you do for the housing industry. Now, that concludes this week's report. See you next week.